Just throwing everything.
You got one chance. You got one chance. I believe we know
What
do.
is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Superior Minds Podcast. I'm your boy Deus. And I know it's been a minute, so a lot has happened in the past month or so. Everybody's been like kind of busy and stuff. So we got some new people on the podcast, some old people left. Like Keith and Don for like personal reasons, But yeah, so I guess let's start out with my guy Shaun the Warrior. Welcome to the Superior Minds Podcast. How you, my guy?
What's good, everybody? Name is Shaun Warrior. Nice to meet y'all. Glad to be part of this podcast with my friends. We're gonna attack some dire topics today, some non-dire. Just starting to get into my first ever podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at Warrior Shaun. Very simple. It's just my last name, my first name.
Bet. Up next, we got my guy, Wholesome King Day. Welcome to the podcast.
What up, people? It's your boy, Host King Day, out here pushing, Kenichi. Oh, thing that's wholesome. Follow me.
Word. Shit. Now we got the two vets. You already know. Your boy, Rambo. What's up, my guy?
What's poppin', y'all? I'm gonna be shooting none of y'all foot if y'all get to acting crazy, but
All right, get your ass on somewhere, boy. All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Last but certainly not least, we got the homie Hito. What's
good, y'all? What's good, y'all? We back from hiatus. We about to do our thing. Follow me on Twitter at XXXGHero. That's XXXGHero. Show me some love, bro.
Word. We've been slacking. We've been slacking. But shit. I don't know. First topic today, man. Let's talk about these recent animes that have dropped. Fire Force. Has anybody been watching that?
I watched a few episodes. I'm saying it's alright. It's not nothing to like as right now. Not nothing big, but it got time to grow.
I feel that.
I'm not gonna say I'm hyped on it. It's the animation real clean. I like how it reminds me of Soul Eater. I believe it's made by the same artist.
Yeah.
And some of the characters, even though it's only a few right now, I think it's gonna grow into a pretty decent to very good anime. The whole concept behind it is kind of unique. I haven't really seen any shows that are kind of like this, playing with fire, basically. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes.
Word. Yeah,
the
man.
One thing I'm gonna give the new anime for this season is a lot of them, like Fire Force, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Dr. Stone, Vinland, like they all look really good. Like the animation and the art is all really good on all of them. Like that's top tier.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie, dog. My thing is like the animation for all these recent anime that have dropped are all like top tier, but like Kimetsu no Yaiba is a prime example of this. Like my thing is, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was so fucking boring to me. Like,
To be honest,
I watched the first like 5 episodes. Like the first episode was cool. I'm like, all right, bet the animation's dope, all that, and I'm like, all right, cool. But then like I started to realize after a while, like I did not care about the story at all. Like the story was not grasping me like at all during those first 5 episodes. And usually whenever I like a seasonal anime like that, it always gets me. Like Attack on Titan, prime example. Like off rip, I was hella interested into Attack on Titan, but Kimetsu no Yaiba, like it was like a snooze fest. It's just like something like that I just watched while I was like about to go to sleep or something.
That's the same thing I was telling somebody is that it's like I don't want to read the manga because it's interesting enough to where I want to know. I need the suspense to keep me going in that show.
Exactly. And it's like everybody's like, oh yeah, well, I mean, keep going. The manga, like, the manga is lit. And I'm like, all right, that's cool, but it's just like it's just not for me personally, Same with like Fire Force as well. I'm sounding like a damn hater right now. But
No, you are. We are now.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that.
But not like Fire Force. Like I didn't watch the anime yet, but I read the manga and like I read like the first like 15 chapters and stuff, and like it was cool. I guess. I mean, it just I don't know. It was okay. I'm gonna give it another try, but
I was reading the
it was
manga
okay.
before the anime even came out, and I had the same feeling. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I couldn't really invest in the story or the characters. Like I feel like they're all like there's so much like left to be desired. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't
See,
really get much from it.
to go back, I started watching Demon Slayers first before I read the manga, and I liked how it came out. I like the slow pace, I like how everything built up, and like the characters. But then I read the manga and it got way better. So I was honestly, it does get better, but it's a slow start right now.
I'm
But
glad that
like,
somebody mentioned Demon Slayer because I haven't seen the show or read the manga. I'm not really much of a manga reader. I am at times. I'll have like my little season of reading, but I was told one of my close friends had just started the series, and that person automatically they're not very much of a passionate person when it comes to certain things, but the level in which detail he was explaining how he felt about the show really got me hyped to actually watch the show. I'm like thinking to myself, is Demon Slayer really that good? Because the last time I heard anything about this was when Attack on Titan first came out. So I'm curious to know from y'all, is Demon Slayer considered to be a hypeable show at the point that it's at right now?
it's hypeable, but only because, and people on Twitter are gonna say like, "Oh, like that's that's a baseless opinion or whatever." But in my opinion, like, it's only hypeable because of the animation.
True.
Anytime I see people hype that anime on the timeline or on like a forum like Reddit or anything, it's almost never about the actual story and
Well,
almost always about the animation quality.
yeah, like, well, it's a different art style. Like, it looks like drawn art. Like, that's what I be telling
Right.
people. Is like, it doesn't look like normal animation. It looks like something someone would actually draw with watercolors.
Yeah. Which is
See,
dope.
I get a what is that game called with the wolf, the spirit wolf?
I want to say a Mataratsu,
Man, I don't know.
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that type of drawn art style when I watch the animation. But I actually like the story. It's really interesting when you like sit down and think about it and how everything works. But I feel like the anime is going way too slow. Like
That's what I like for me.
they're on they're on episode 16 and barely you didn't meet anything really. You didn't learn anything about the world, but like the small amount of stuff that you learn right now.
So wait, we're all right. So compared to the manga, right?
Yeah.
Episode what? I think they're on episode 19 right now on the anime or something like that.
It's 17.
17. Yeah, all right. So where would that be at in terms of the manga? Like, what chapter is that?
So right now I don't want to give away spoilers. So that's kind of hard. We right now by the time you should have met the main people you'll be seeing. You should have learned a lot more by being this many episodes in.
I mean, that I would say that depends, like, on how long they're trying to get the series running. It would be different if it was like they was only trying to make it like a 12 episode or only a 24 episode. But I think they're gonna do more than one season.
It's kind of hard to explain. This is the hard part of playing like telling spoilers. So I think we should like at least wait until if the anime goes further, so we can at least talk about it like really well. But my opinion, it should speed up a little bit.
Speed up a little bit. So something like a pacing issue. I don't know because what's up?
Personally, watching the show with no manga involved, it seems hella fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
Because we only 16 episodes in, and he's slaying the fifth. He already killing like the fifth lower demon. So, and then it's supposed to be that like there are 12 of these niggas, and he's killing number 11 already, and the niggas like barely even do anything. He's like the lowest rank right now. So And like the gap measure, because I already know that the gap between the lower and the highers are extremely large, but like it doesn't make any sense how far the gap would be. Like it's in like to look at Giyu and them and know that no pillar can defeat a higher demon. Like it doesn't make any sense to think like this dude's gonna do anything.
So, the way they do
I
it,
think an anime.
it makes it really believable. So how everything happens, like plays out, everything makes a lot of sense. There's no like, oh, I have the superhuman ability, I can do now everything. No, it's like everything makes a lot of sense. Everything just makes sense. I can't really explain it if I was giving out spoilers, which I
My
was.
God, I looked up.
I really wish I could.
Like my nigga, I looked up Muzan's powers. What? Like he's not getting killed in this series. It doesn't make any logical sense for him to get killed unless it's like another demon, which would probably be impossible.
Things come together really well.
All right.
In my opinion. But let's skip this. What's next? We gotta talk about Dr. Stone.
Yeah, Dr. Stone. I haven't watched.
Don't say Dr. Stone. I feel like deserves more love.
Yeah, Dr. Stone needs some love.
That's like, and it's also beautifully animated. The story to me is way more intriguing. Like that to me is like one of the most unique new anime or manga out. Like the story premise and like how like the plot develops and how they go about solving issues. Like
yeah, it's like because what they use like real world like science and they bring it to the anime. So I mean that premise alone is pretty interesting. I haven't watched it yet because personally I've been binging One Piece for the longest, like past couple of months. So I haven't really been watching like any kind of newer anime stuff. So I don't know. This is on y'all, but from what I've seen though, I think it's a pretty dope ass concept. So who knows, man?
Like this is the first anime character who just straight up said, "We're gonna kill this motherfucker with the Thule." I was dying.
Shit, I don't know. Shaun, Rambo, y'all been watching Dr. Stone?
Yeah, I'll say Dr. Stone is probably the one that I like the most out of. Probably the three. I want to
and Vinland Saga too.
I want to get on
that too. That too. I actually did I rewatched Vinland Saga.
Look,
only thing is like, oh my gosh, that kid is annoying.
What, Thorfinn?
You think Thorfinn is annoying?
I think he's annoying. Because like the thing is Thorfinn is over here like he like the man over here mad as fuck, but he the reason his dad died. Like
I mean, shit.
Like,
he's not necessarily the reason.
Damn, bro.
But he is though.
When you think about it, there was no way Thor's was getting out of the situation.
Bro.
Like they were all fucked. Whether Thorfinn was there or not,
bro.
Askeladd,
if Thorfinn wasn't there, like
what? Then what?
He wouldn't have been in a position where he like had to throw his sword down.
No, because look, even if Thor's was like, all right, I'm gonna just kill Askeladd, Askeladd's men are killing all of them. Like they had the locational advantage. They had all the advantages on them. Like Thor's was a beast, but like there was no way he was getting out of it.
You talking about the nigga with the arrow? The dudes with the arrows at top? I mean, they had shields to block those though. So like that wasn't the issue. Nah. Like the arrows.
I think that was the biggest.
The arrows wasn't the big issue. The issue came in is when this nigga was like, pretty much flaunting that he was his son, and then he got himself snatched up. And
not even. But look, even if it wasn't Thorfinn, it would have been the rest of the young kids that was on the boat. Like Thor's would have traded his life for them too. You think Thor should just let them all die?
Nah, but you gotta. I don't think. But like the thing is, it's not the same. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, like, when you're logically thinking, a lot of them is not like you're like that dude's thinking like, oh, this is his son. Oh, he gonna protect his son. You don't think that for any other random nigga though.
Yeah, true.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, no, he like that big old dude is not gonna sit there and think, well, maybe he gonna protect one of these random dudes on a boat with his entire life. No, he was only thinking that because it was his son.
he only resorted that because he wanted to save Askeladd's life. But at the end of the day, even if Thor's had killed Askeladd, the rest of Askeladd's men would have killed everybody on that boat.
Nah,
except for maybe Thor's.
bro.
I think Thor's could have maybe dissed everybody and maybe survived if he swam. But that's really the only way he was getting out of that.
Bro, think about it. Like, the rest of them dudes on a boat, besides the little berserker dude, wasn't doing shit. They was not finna go do nothing. The dudes
it's not them though. It's the archers.
It
was the archers up above.
The archers weren't doing nothing unless they got a signal. They literally said they weren't doing anything unless they got a signal.
Could have given a signal at any point he wanted to.
Whoa. All right.
I mean, he gonna get the signal with his head chopped off. Like, Thor's just in the body.
Okay,
so wait, y'all two.
Y'all
two. I'm guessing y'all feel heavily about the anime, so I'm saying watch Vinland Saga and definitely Dr. Stone.
Yeah,
42.
I'm not gonna lie.
3 hours.
I ain't seen Vinland Saga, but by the amount of fighting both of y'all's doing, I'm about to like watch Vinland Saga. Y'all.
Like, that's literally what I'm trying to do. Right now.
Thorfinn a GOAT main character, bro. That nigga is.
I mean, I feel like he go later on, but like, I mean, he. As far as right now, when I'm looking at the nigga annoying.
All right, so that's his opinion. That's Harold's opinion. My opinion is watch it because I'm about to watch it after this. And yeah. But what's up?
Man, we can go and.
Yeah, about to go in for like 3 hours.
What? Any manga y'all pushing right now? Any manga y'all reading? Anything new?
Read Tower of God and read Nobles, unless you just want to like watch the anime. But you know, I'm pushing those two until they drop. Read Hardcore Leveling Warrior. Read Solo Leveling. You know, all these webtoons out here deserve some level support on Ordinary Fire.
Hey, look. What's up? Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, of course I'm reading Attack on Titan. That is getting wild. No spoilers here, but it's just crazy. All right, pushing my Goblin Slayer. Love it. Everybody doing My Hero Academia because it's just getting wild there too. And last but not least, Reincarnated as a Slime. Reincarnated as a Slime getting pretty like about to get crazy.
Actually, I got something.
No,
MHA been gas. Y'all been reading that?
Those two, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
MHA and Slime is getting really crazy right now.
Slime is out here. When Slime come back out, like when Slime drop again, I'm gonna have to push it.
Y'all not ready? Like, what's about to happen? It's about to be crazy,
bro.
Who not ready?
Y'all gonna look, man. Y'all gonna hate me for this. I fell asleep during Slime so many fucking times,
bro.
Oh, brother.
Well, we know you a lame dude, so that don't matter.
Bro, I don't know what it was, dog, but it was just like, I was like, all right, I didn't feel like watching this nigga fucking rumple around as a little ass slime ball for like the whole episode, so I fucking fell asleep, and I was like, you know what, man, fuck it. But
honestly, I watched the first episode of Slime. I forgot who put me on. Somebody told me to watch it, but I started watching the first episode of Slime, and it reminded me of the show No Game No Life. Also with like a little bit of Pokemon, and not only because it's that type of, you know, trapped in a whole different world anime. I forgot what the word is, but
Isekai.
Yeah. The other thing is like, as a slime, they giving him like little moves to learn, and as he explores the world, he's basically in a video game to an extent. Just living in actual life as like a little slime ball. Yeah. And, you know, it's goofy. It's like, it's one of those shows that is definitely not family friendly, but could pass. And I would recommend it, because if you bored and you want to watch something that's going to be humorous, I will watch Slime. Like,
that first episode, look, I'm going to tell y'all, that first, it starts out kind of crazy, but then it kind of slows down a little bit, because obviously they're trying to like set up the world and stuff. But yeah, if you're bored, definitely watch it, but don't start it before you're about to go to sleep, because you will fall asleep. You'll be
out. Speak for yourself.
I say if you want to watch something pretty lit and wholesome for the first season, watch it. At the second season, those chill out. It get lit. It's going to get wild. It's about to get
people hyping up Slime like the like the poster child of isekai like ReZero don't exist. That shit crazy to me.
Man,
So-
nobody worry about that show no more.
ReZero is
Man.
only good because people like torture porn.
Are you serious, bro?
I'm crying.
I watched that. It's like really cringy. Then it's like torture, and it's
Cringy?
it get cringy at a lot of points in that anime.
ReZero only really like torture porn when that nigga started fucking with like Beetlejuice, and that's like
It's torture porn the whole
Like-
time. He gets tortured. He gets murdered.
he don't really get tortured. He don't really get tortured. He be getting killed, but
I'm
like
like, I'm just saying, ReZero is a good anime, but it's torture porn. But slime
Man, y'all need
is
to sleep.
heat.
Interesting. All right, Shaun.
y'all gonna make me slander slime.
Don't do it, hero. People gonna be for your neck.
But all right, so what you
They
pushing?
know your,
Yeah,
they know
so
your
what you
Twitter
pushing,
hat. This is older, but it's heavily slept on, and I so far haven't met anybody to really talk about it. But the manga I'm gonna push is Dead Man Wonderland because the series don't get enough love. For one, it's only one season long, which still hurts me to my heart. Like I hope somebody is just like, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and pick up that show. It was a great show,
For real.
and Shaun deserves.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I read that manga a while ago. That shit was
So you pushing
was
mid
so
is what
good.
I'm hearing.
that was cool. My thing is like if they're gonna do it, like I want them to just basically just like do a readaptation, basically like Brotherhood, and just like do it from the beginning with like better animation and maybe fix up the story a little bit. Just little tweaks here and there.
Man, look, I've been pushing lately at watching. I've been on that One Piece. You feel me? That One Piece wave, that grind don't stop. Look, I'm gonna explain something to everybody that's starting watching One Piece. Do not stop. Do not fucking stop at any time.
Yo, that's true. I went on 560 for like 6 months, and I'm not going back.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is like
See,
my biggest
but the
issue. I
good thing
think
about
people.
One Piece is like it's the best anime to binge watch because there's so many episodes and you don't have to stop no time soon.
Exactly.
Shit.
You can
Hey,
watch.
look,
You can go ahead and binge watch 100 episodes, and then you still got like 3,000 more to go.
Hey, look, let me tell you something.
Oh my God! Here he goes.
Look, all right. I got all 5 of my sisters in the other room. They were watching Naruto. All the motherfuckers think Sakura trash.
Oh no!
We're not doing this.
We're not doing that.
Nah, actually, no, we doing that. Hell no.
Let's talk about that real quick.
All right.
How is it
we're gonna
that
start.
my sister's ages like 6 through 12 is over here looking at Sakura character and was like, I'm tired of her. Why is she in this show?
All right, let's start from the beginning.
Talk about it. Like, can we talk about it?
Let's start from the beginning. All right. So was it? It was Zay, right?
Part 1.
Nah. We can talk about
Go
the Sakura slander started.
Well,
One of
all right,
our Yagi
I don't know if it
members-
was Zay or if it was Keith.
Yeah, it was Zay. Zay said who won a fight, Hinata versus Sakura, and
That's right. Yeah.
we all started getting on that Hinata training because Sakura is trash. And after that, the Great Sakura War 2019 started.
Man, we don't even gotta go that deep. We gotta say like, bro, how do you defend Sakura in this climate?
Because as soon as they hear Sakura, they run to Boruto.
She does not do shit.
They run to Boruto. They immediately run to Boruto.
They run to every single piece of the series that Kishimoto didn't write. Kishimoto was not fucking with Sakura.
Wait, but it's still canon though. It's still canon. Like, bro, it's like my thing is right. They're like, oh, well, Sakura redeemed herself as an adult. Well, technically, no, the fuck she did not. Because if she didn't end up with Sasuke at the end, she was going to stay the same exact way she was, and she was going to keep on chasing Sasuke till the day she died, bro. It's that simple. Like, bro, ever since the start of part 1, bro, she's always been a terrible character. And it's not her fault that she's a terrible character. It just that's the way she was just written, you know. And it's like for y'all to sit there and try and excuse all of like her acts, like even though she was a child, she still did some shit when she was mature enough to know what was right and wrong, which was part 2. What prime example of that was part 2, where she fucking where she basically tried playing with Naruto's emotions, right? Just so she can sit there and kill Sakura and then not Sakura, Sasuke. And then everybody's like, oh, well, she did it for like the good of Naruto. She didn't mean to like try and hurt him. And it's like, no, it's like, no, it doesn't matter what she was trying to do. Like she should have known like that was not the right thing to do.
She over here
Let's
thinking.
just talk about her, like
another
not even
point
like
to
doing
Sakura.
Wait,
anything.
one at a time. Hero.
Go. I'm gonna say let's talk about her just not even in the entirety of the series, not even having like a handful of like notable accomplishments or feats.
She has one. She has one in my eyes.
What's the one?
She got help with the old lady to beat Sesero, and that's basically it.
Sasori.
From a Sasori? She literally had to have somebody control her movements.
Yeah, and they did talk no jutsu after that.
Sakura almost died
Like, and in the
that
end,
fight. Like
they did,
and in the end, it's heavily implied that Sasori basically chose to be killed.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And on top
Like,
of that, Sakura
so it's like
she didn't get the final blow. Chiyo did. Sakura really couldn't do much besides sit there, and Sasori could have killed her. Chiyo came through and killed him.
She did talk no
So
jutsu.
I give that all to Chiyo.
that's really
Lady
a Chiyo feat, right? That's not even a Sakura feat.
She went and killed her grandson, and then went and killed the Kazekage. So Chiyo is a real one.
She did talk no jutsu to appeal to a man's feelings, and he committed suicide. That's exactly what he did. But no, and people be like, she saved Naruto's life. I'm not gonna give props to a medical ninja for doing her job. I'm not going to do that.
That's true. That's really what she's supposed to do. She didn't do anything extraordinary beyond healing Naruto.
Bro, I went back and I saw what is it that have to like so-called protect Naruto and Sasuke. She ain't protect shit. Lee jumped in for a long time, got his ass whooped, and then all you see is flat, and then like that whole episode is literally flashbacks. And all she
you're talking about the first series?
She cut her hair.
It was literally
she cut her hair,
kept
using substitution.
And that nigga was bashing her skull in until when
all Sakura did was stall for time basically to get the blessing.
I don't even, but like
then
people made it like that. It was that much time. Those people made it like it was that much time. No, it was flashbacks, my nigga.
Bro,
we gonna be honest. She only stalled for like half a minute.
For basically.
Real.
But another point to how trash Sakura is. I've read this on Twitter. I'm not going to take props for it. Shout out to whoever had tweeted this. But they said Sakura is so trash that she gave birth to the only Uchiha that has to wear glasses.
Oh, I said that shit.
That had me dying. It's the guy
that was her useless genes. Her useless genes had to manifest somehow, bro.
She created the only Uchiha in all of its race to ever wear glasses.
Next to Obito, but them shits was goggles, so shit wouldn't get into his eyes. But it's like, bro, like not only that. I'm not gonna go on. I'm not even gonna get on Sarada because it's not even her fault. The way her family
it's
set
like
she's
lazy.
It's her mama fault.
Yes,
I like Sakura.
It's like this, dog. My thing is, right, not only that, like, besides the feats part 2, it's just like, bro, as personality-wise, her character is trash. Like, as a kid, bro.
Oh, God.
She literally made fun of Naruto for being an orphan and having no friends, right? Every time Naruto saved her, right, she always said, oh, Sasuke-kun, thanks for saving me, right? But then Naruto and Sasuke said multiple times, like, I didn't save you. It was Naruto.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, right. And she's like, oh, Naruto was useless. He didn't do anything. Da-da-da-da-da. You're such a cool ninja. Like, it's like, dog, like, I'm sorry, bro. And then she had that same attitude, right? Until after, I think it was until, yeah.
It's
was it before? No, it was after Sasuke left, right? And then she kind of like fell back a little bit on like the Naruto slander and shit. You feel me? But then
Only because she wanted to ask that nigga to get Sasuke back.
exactly,
Bro. She's so trash.
exactly,
bro.
And then it's just it's fucking crazy, dude. Like
She trash, honestly. That just kind of opened my eyes.
Hey,
like, she a whole thought.
Hey,
I
guess Kishimoto forgot about the whole her having the second spirit personality inside. That joke just disappeared after part 1.
oh yeah,
Because that was a gag that just was never funny. Like,
but I mean, apparently it wasn't a gag because that was the shit that helped her beat Ino. So
Yep.
and even that fight was fucking garbage.
bro.
super garbage.
Me and some guy we argued about this crap, and then his whole excuse was Naruto has so many inconsistencies, doesn't matter, bro. What?
It does matter.
I mean, that doesn't make the show good. But right.
Exactly. Anyway, I'm gonna say right now, I guess Boruto Sakura is better. I guess she written better. So,
bro, I'm sorry to do that.
Boruto and Sarada is better.
Yeah, both of them are better.
Right.
But as of right now, Naruto Sakura is trash, and you gotta admit that it's okay.
Yeah, bro. It's that simple, dog. But yeah. Anyways, getting back to the initial thing.
Anywho.
Anywho.
Yeah, so One Piece, you know, that's just gas. I'm sorry, I can't allow any One Piece slander, dog. Seriously, I can't allow it. Baki, right? Y'all gonna say, oh my god, it's a meathead manga. No, it's not, my nigga. It's way deeper than just two niggas fighting. You feel me?
Yeah,
like,
all right, meathead.
bro, come,
Ooga, I punch things. Me tough, me strong.
I'm gonna just keep it like this: if you were in Baki's shoes, right, you would understand the reason why he fights and why everybody else fights. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna just keep it like that because I ain't finna get in too deep into it.
Because I'm trying to eat.
Nah, bro. But like seriously, dude. Definitely that. Oh, and Berserk, bro. If y'all not reading Berserk, man, get past. Look. Stop slandering Guts. You don't deserve it. All right. Life is fucked. His life is fucked up. He done been through it. All right.
Bimbo.
Nah.
Anyways.
You eat food. I eat food.
Ooga. Me bite armpit when I fuck. Ooga.
But to keep all the haters and the masses back, I am currently pushing JoJo. I am finishing up season 3.
Oh man,
So
I'm like,
we're not gonna slander JoJo.
I've been pushing this.
I'm tired of seeing JoJo's on the timeline. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna slander one thing about One Piece.
That community took over. I'm tired of it.
I'm sick of Luffy having a negative IQ.
Flamboyant ass.
Bro,
bro.
see, look, why we gotta slander Luffy? We were just talking about JoJo's. Why we gotta slander Luffy?
Luffy actually intelligent, bro.
He is the dumb, kind of smart person I ever met in my life.
He's going to be the king of the pirates, though, so it don't fucking matter. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all can't know.
Hold on. It depends on what you're trying to say he's dumb for. Like,
I watched this man get lost in the forest for 25 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
it's a forest.
I'm not gonna lie with you. He's a fucking dumbass.
Wait, I'm confused.
Was walking straight, and he went into circles.
Hold up, let's drop you in a forest where the trees just move by themselves.
Oh, you want to drop the person? You want to drop the person?
Hey, hold on, spoilers. Hold on. I get that far.
To the forest.
Honestly, don't even know what part he's talking about.
I guess it sounds like a backstory because I think isn't that when his grandpa dropped him into the forest?
No, it's
no.
What is that?
Hold up.
Where are you at?
This man, they said that like he not gonna get lost in the forest if he was just dropped in the middle of it. Be quiet.
We're not gonna talk about this because I'm gonna reveal secrets about myself. But anywho,
that was creditless. I'm about to take credit for that
one.
I
undergone training.
I don't want to talk about that. Keep that out of here. People don't know. People don't know. Taro, people don't know. Hero, people don't know.
Hero, he really said that, like...
Hero, people... Look, anyway.
Okay, that was creditless. It don't matter. We gotta take
that man got a negative IQ, and I don't give a fuck.
Luffy actually... Nah, he actually intelligent. Like, he just not book smart like typical shonen MCs aren't book smart. Like,
he don't have common sense either.
But when it comes to, like... He has really strong values, and, like, he understands, like, how he wants to, like, maneuver in the world. Like, even think... think of like back in Jaya when the Bellamy Pirates were giving him and Zoro grief in the bar, and like he like knew not to fight back because he was like kind of harkening on like Shanks's like him watching Shanks as a kid, and like even Blackbeard speaks to it like when you have big dreams, like you don't. Some battles are not worth fighting. Like those people were honestly irrelevant to him, and like he could have been a meathead and just fucked them all up, right? He came back in the end and did fuck Bellamy up, but like in that moment he didn't because he knew like it wasn't really worth it. That
now.
to me shows signs of like intelligence. Like
I think that's like moral.
he's not just a meathead.
But
moral
not just
shit.
morals,
I'm not.
that is.
No one said that I didn't like the guy. I love Luffy, but
I mean, you calling him dumb, but like the only
okay,
him
I
dumb,
love dumb
like-
people.
yeah, but you didn't give a good reason to why he dumb besides the force.
other
In
fact
which
that
you gonna get that's not even a good reason.
Bro,
I'm
I'm not gonna
honest.
sit here and argue the fact that this man dumb after watching the anime. Nigga, anyone who watches anime can tell this man is dumb. And I'm not gonna sit here and argue.
Being careless isn't exactly dumb.
No,
being unintelligent and have no common
He's just
sense.
He's not
careless,
unintelligent
and he's-
though. Like I don't get where you get that from.
I feel like all right,
Lack
let's
of
say, I wanna
school,
say
common
when it comes
sense.
to lacking. All right, I want to say when it comes to books, he kind of lacks
Common sense?
Right.
Yeah, he also, somewhat, but not really because
He doesn't really lack
know,
common
like
sense.
all right, prime example. Like when he was fighting the Kanu, not Kanu. What the fuck that even happened? Akuma.
Mihawk.
Yeah, Mihawk. Akuma, right? When back in what was it, Sabaody, yeah, Sabaody. Like he knew right then and there. He's like, look, right, because most of the time, Luffy's the type of person to be like, oh yeah, nah, like I'm gonna whoop your ass. You feel me? But then when he
Right.
saw like what the fuck was going on, he was like, fuck that. Everybody needs to get the hell out now, like, or else we're all gonna die. Like he knew, like, so he knows, you know.
That's not
Right.
it's like you gotta
That's
give
battle
like,
sense. He has
hold
something.
up, but you like the thing is like if you're gonna say something, you gotta give an example. You can't just be like he ain't got no common sense, and then we like
Yeah.
we
So
gotta
I mean,
talk about here, so.
but then also you can also be like, all right, well, with the whole Usopp situation when he was fucking Sego King, you feel me? Like he didn't know that was Usopp under the max the whole entire time when everybody knew it was Usopp. You get what I'm saying? Even Zoro knew it was Usopp. So
I mean, but
Zero's-
that's not even. You can't even.
That's
Bro,
just him being
You
like.
hold up. That's more of a comedic effect because we didn't see
Right.
they like. If we're gonna be honest, they got a top knot on, and all of a sudden they not the Straw Hats no more. Nobody noticed them. Like what? That's like
Right.
this.
And
story.
even like back to like
Can't just say
Soge King,
story.
even like
Go.
Chopper is literally a doctor.
but that,
Chopper didn't,
but like you're trying
didn't
to say
recognize
that.
Usopp either.
yeah, true.
You're
Chopper
trying
is
to say
very
that's
gullible
not
though.
the story.
So
No.
Chopper is literally
Well,
gullible.
Chopper is
Okay,
He
but
was
like,
a
so
gullible.
if we
Like,
could,
believe that.
if we
He's-
could
he's-
acknowledge that Chopper is intelligent enough to study medicine, but gullible enough to fall for a disguise.
Yeah,
Chopper is
that's
a
how
child,
smart.
Then we can
That's how
also
legit
argue
smart people
that
are. You find
Luffy-
smart people who think they're literally gullible.
Chopper is the child.
And they
though.
can
Don't
believe
lie on
anything.
that.
We can also argue that Luffy can be intelligent yet also be gullible enough to fall for a disguise.
True. That's fair.
Like,
That's fair.
like that's literally a series. Like, there's so many people that have disguises that's obvious to us, but like it's not obvious to the series.
That's fair.
It's usually Chopper, Usopp, and Luffy. There's always the one that's like convinced by these disguises, though.
That sometimes Zoro too. So
Zero.
I mean,
I don't know. I think Zoro just goes with it. Doesn't care.
Man, Zoro
Bro
looked
gets-
at Kaku and thought it was Usopp. I'm not trying to hear it.
All right. Okay. I guess Zoro with the same boat.
yeah, I mean, all right. I guess we can all deduct that Zoro,
Chopper, Luffy, and Usopp.
Chopper and Usopp. But the Chopper is a child though, basically. So I mean,
I feel like he got that intelligence. You know, you met people like just really smart, but just has zero common sense. Just like a really smart dumb person.
Like I'm trying to tell you,
Oh.
like the disguises is a comedic effect. Like,
Yeah.
It's definitely a comedic effect, but like
I can see it.
But it's like Robin, Nami, and all of them. They know, yo, this is dumb, and it's like those four. Like, oh,
okay, but their characters are supposed to do that. They're not comedic characters like that. They do it on the comedic characters, which is people like
Sanji?
Zoro. Which is people. I mean, when is Sanji?
Sanji's
The only
had a
comedic
dumbass.
effect Sanji has is the nosebleed, which isn't even really funny, to be honest.
yeah, that stopped being
The
funny back in Fishman Island.
The comedic characters is literally Luffy, Usopp, Chopper, and sometimes Zoro. Like,
I still think you can't just say it's part of the story, so it doesn't mean they're dumb.
I mean,
That's not how you.
I'm just saying what you were saying just now, Day. It can like, how does that not relate to Luffy? You're saying there can be a really smart, gullible person.
Because
yeah, like
Chopper
once
actually
again,
showed its intelligence. Luffy, when
yeah,
has he ever
once
showed
again,
intelligence?
we're not going to sit and act like Luffy like is the smartest apple of the bunch because he's first off he's not. He's definitely like on the lower
he's
side.
He's definitely bright though.
But
I feel like he has really good battle sense, which is from like his life upbringing, from like his grandpa to living in the forest with big brother, all that shit. But other than that, he's a great battle sense person.
Books. Yeah, like he's not book smart. Let's say he's not book smart. That's better.
No, definitely not.
Book
and
smart.
I could, and we can make an argument about him not being common sense. There's an argument having no common sense. It's like versus, like my versus Goku is really he's got common sense, but he chooses to ignore it. But it seems like Luffy doesn't to me. And then he's also on top of that he's carefree.
I mean, he definitely does because his common sense kicks in plenty of times.
I feel like only when he's battling, because that's when his battle sense kick in. That's when he's like, no shit. His battle sense kick in.
But does he really care outside of battling? We're talking about like a person who would smile on a guillotine. So
exactly.
I think that's blissful ignorance. That's like I'm about to die, so might as well go out smiling.
I wouldn't say that's ignorance. It's just carefree, like.
First episode, that nigga said, "If I die chasing my dream, then I die."
Yeah, I think that's he like accepted his fate there. Like it was just okay.
No, I think that's just an essential part of his character, and that he's just really carefree, and that he's just gonna live life until he's.
When I say accepting his fate, that means he agreeing with what you just said. So he's accepted his fate, like he accepted what's going to happen. So regardless of anything, he's going to go out smiling. Regardless of anything that happens.
True.
Shoot your shit. Tired of always coming up with these baseless arguments.
I had bases. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's a smart. No,
intelligence.
No, Luffy is the smartest person in the Straw Hats. I'm going to say it now because apparently how they feel, and they're going to argue on these basically as credits.
Actually, if we're gonna be honest, he probably is the smartest person in Straw Hats. Smart and intelligence are two different things. He probably is one of the smartest people in the Straw Hats.
No.
How fast he understands and picks up situations? Yes.
Robin got him. I think Robin got him beat.
I said one of the smartest, not the smartest.
He didn't say the smartest. He didn't say number one. He said one of.
Wait, who?
I think the only people that is so Robin and Nami are really good at it. Usopp, Kitten, and it's gonna be. I say from top to bottom, it's Robin, Nami, Usopp, then Sanji and him. I can depends on who you want to put up.
Like top. Luffy has shown capability to think, like to grasp a situation and like approach it in the most like in a suitable way. He's done that several times.
Yeah, so has everyone else, but that's fine.
Someone who's just a dunce would not be able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
I
think out of all the Straw Hats, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I feel like when it comes to reading situations, right, definitely goes to Luffy because, all right, when things are serious and things are tense, and when he's not like goofing around and stuff, like he picks up like he knows how to read a situation instantly. Like it's been shown.
He can read between the lines like it's nothing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I still think Robin and Nami got him beat over that.
Over reading between the lines? No, not Nami at all.
Nami definitely not because I feel like I'm not trying to say like it's a gender thing, but like in a pirate world, Luffy kind of understands things a bit more than Nami.
I don't know about
that.
I'm saying in general that Nami doesn't pick up situations as fast as Luffy does.
I feel like she already knows the situation and goes into it and try to make a plan. And Luffy's just like, fuck it, I want to do what the fuck I want, and then goes in and does what he wants.
No, there are plenty of times in this series that you see that Nami's confused and doesn't know what's
happening. Yeah, Nami's like, oh, Luffy, why don't you do? Then Luffy's like, no, we're not doing that. Like, I already know what we have to do. Like, relax. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Shit. Because I think Zoro is also pretty good at that too. Yeah, like Zoro, Sanji, Robin's definitely pretty good at that as well.
I think Sanji's definitely really good at it.
Sanji's definitely.
Zoro was debatable.
Yeah,
that dude was about to slice up a celestial dragon on Sabaody and get everybody killed.
I mean, but Luffy did the same
Luffy
exact
did
thing,
it.
though. Luffy did the same thing.
I mean, Luffy did it anyway.
Yeah, but
he
Luffy did it because he
understood what he was doing when he did
exactly.
it. He understood what he was doing.
He already,
because even Hachi in that moment was like, bro, like, I told you, even if somebody got shot right in front of you, you can't touch these people. And Luffy kind of acknowledges it, but he's like, you know what? Like, it is what it is. Like, this dude needs to get depth right now, and I'm going to do it.
But then again, right, that same as I think can be said for Zoro, because it's like, Zoro didn't know what the fuck was going on. He was already gone, you know? And he just saw a dude get shot right in front of him.
Zoro was more off of, like, instinct.
That's the thing. Zoro
shot at him.
That's the thing. Zoro didn't know what was going on. Luffy
right.
did and acted on it because he did know what was going on.
I mean, but
so
but
wouldn't that be more on his character versus his intelligence? Like regardless of anything, he would do the right thing.
Wait a minute, that's not his fault because he didn't have like any kind of insight. He was just like walking type shit. You feel me? And then a dude pulled a gun out on him.
Everyone,
what's up?
Keep talking, but I had to wrap it up somewhere like 51 minutes.
Oh, all right, that's cool. But anyway, yeah. So, but nah, it's like
this gonna start so many arguments.
It's different.
This gonna start so many arguments.
What are you talking about?
After this, if people listen to it, the One Piece fandom.
Man, I'm not worried about.
Not
with us, like but amongst each other. Like,
amongst each other. I mean,
I'm about to be lit.
I'm not worried about nothing.
But
I don't care about that.
I feel like with both Zoro and Luffy and their situations, I think they're definitely situational, 100%. You know, because one had insight to the situation when another didn't. You know what I'm saying? So,
but weren't they all warned about celestial dragons beforehand?
I don't remember honestly, so I can't really.
I believe they were, but
no, Zoro wasn't because he walked off. He was on the ship when they were talking about it.
Yeah, I think maybe he wasn't around when that happened.
He wasn't around, so he was just walking off.
All right, but we gotta push this and go to games we are all playing right now. What are we gaming right now?
I'll go last on this.
Fire Emblem. I'm pushing that. Fire Emblem. 3 Houses just dropped. I've been pushing Fire Emblem on the timeline for the longest time, and every time I tweet about it, it's been crickets for me. It's such a good feeling though when the new game dropped, seeing like a lot of my mutuals pick it up and play it and talk about it, and yeah, it's a really good feeling because when you have a good series that you really fuck with and you enjoy it, like it feels good to see other people discover it and you can kind of have a common interest now. So buy 3 Houses if you own a Switch. That game is amazing. Yeah, man.
To caveat off of that, I picked it up. I'm loving it. Honestly, love it a lot. I got no jokes for it. Game.
What house did you choose?
I gotta say it in a little bit when I open up. But
that's
the game.
What game?
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem. 3 Houses.
It's actually pretty nice.
Never got into it. I heard the story is good though. I just don't like turn-based.
I mean, yeah, that's preference. I'm saying, like,
yeah.
But
I only
right
like
now,
turn-based game.
After you.
I said I only like they involve anime characters.
Fire Emblem characters are basically anime.
Trying to get your waifu army.
Nah, but I mean actual anime. It's like I'm playing Hero Cortana right now, and it literally has like almost every single popular webtoon character. Like we got Morrigan, Leveling Warrior, we got Tower of God, and like 4 or 5
But do you got Naruto and Ichigo?
I mean, you can't really get shit like that because they don't like giving licenses to people. So
yeah, that's not right.
So it's not mobile games with them, anyways. That's a Bandai thing. Like you're never gonna get a crossover of like Bandai related characters. Like One Piece, Dragon Ball Z. Naruto, all those characters like that, they're probably never going to get like put inside other games just because of the fact that like they just keep it to themselves.
Shit, yeah.
Because they can literally make entire games off those series without having to add them to other people's.
True.
What about the rest of y'all? What are y'all playing?
Shaun, it's time, my nigga. We about to push this. Feel me? Look, currently, all right. Look, I'm gonna start out with mine. Right now, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really been playing anything besides 2K because you already know how like the summer lineup is for like gaming in general. Like it's dry. It's dry as hell out here. But I know Nintendo niggas is eating. But on the realm of like other consoles and PC games, it's dry.
Y'all in a
But
drought.
yeah, but upcoming definitely for me right now is 2K20 and Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes, sir.
Cyberpunk 2077. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to be hit with a instant. I'm not even gonna call it classic because this is gonna be a whole different class of video game with the amount of depth and how pretty this game is. Like me personally, I like games from Square because they're always super duper well developed and they always look so clean. This game right here can rival that on a whole different level. It's gonna be. Is it first person or third? I believe it's first person.
It's first person. I know in the car it's third person.
And it's supposed to be. The game is supposed to be just as long, if not longer, than The Witcher 3, which is confirmed to be one of the longest games in video game history.
Man,
it has so many different RPG elements, so many different customization elements. You're basically going to be able to take your full imagination with this game and just take the ride because it's coming out PC, PS4, and Xbox, of course, on all the strongest systems. Nintendo, I'm sorry, y'all done missed the point.
Y'all are done,
but Cyberpunk
we
literally is
still-
going to be one of the greatest video games to ever hit market.
period.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Go ahead.
What's up? No, go ahead. You're good.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't even really buy into hype of like games that aren't made by Nintendo no more until they come out and I actually play it.
Yeah,
Cause
that's fair.
like I did that when Destiny came out. I bought into it. That game was trash to me.
I did that, man.
It got better.
Man, Destiny 1 was a big letdown to me. That was a huge letdown to me. I didn't even buy Destiny 2. I did that.
I had it the other way.
I did that with
Destiny 1 was like great.
Anthem was a huge miss. Like
they fumbled, bro, Anthem, dude.
On God,
like
they do.
I don't understand how a company fumbled that hard. It's like, bro, literally. It seemed like from that last E3 conference, right? Not the one that this season came up, but the one that was initially announced at. It's like they didn't do anything else at all. Like that
For
was
real?
like cool.
Y'all don't know?
There.
So, for years it's been development, but they kept like remaking everything. And that E3 conference, the developers didn't even know that was the game. So the people making the game did not know that was the game. And they were like, oh shit, we got to make that. And then they fumbled for like a year and a half trying to push to make that game. And that's why it's like the first part is like really good. But then like it just falls off. Then like the ending is good. So if you actually look that
I didn't even finish the game.
If you look it up, like what happened during that, it is kind of atrocious. I think some company did all the research. I'll try to get the link and then put it in there. But yeah, it's really crazy how everything happened.
I never finished the game story.
BioWare fucked up.
Bro, I've never heard of a company on that status or BioWare status what the
BioWare
fuck?
has messed up, and I love BioWare.
And it looked amazing. Like the game itself looked really good, but like it was just.
My question is, who developed?
So it was like an executive came to check out the game. Not that it should, They want to check out the game, how it's going, and they saw it. At first, they was like, "This shit, redo it." And they pushed that little trailer out right there, and like the developers like, "What the fuck is this? This is not our game." And then they had to like scramble to make that game a reality.
Bro,
That sounds crazy.
wow.
I actually never heard
Like
of that.
I'm gonna leak the article
Sound
in
like
there.
Final Fantasy 15 to me.
Not
Yeah,
even
but Final
that's,
Fantasy
no, that's
hit.
not even Final Fantasy,
It
bro.
hit
That's,
though.
the thing is, right? From basically what he's saying is, right? Well, all right, with Square and Final Fantasy 15, right? They already had the initial concept of that game in development. You get what I'm saying? But with BioWare, the difference is that they didn't have that concept at all.
Yeah,
Somebody else made that game, the initial
But
gameplay that we got.
but 15 went off from the concept that they gave us at E3.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is though, you can still see the elements from like even from like Final Fantasy versus 13. Like those elements are still somewhat in the game, you know, but they kind of like changed it up a bit.
Was it anyone
like-
play Dragon Age Inquisition?
No.
Well,
I did play. I never finished though.
so that game was basically what happened with Anthem, but it didn't hit. That game was so shit in development that like they had to call somebody else in like to make it playable and that great. And I guess they were high off of that. Like we did this before, so we can just do it again. And this time I fucking flopped. Like
Bro.
I will link the article in the description and link a video from Angry Joe about the whole situation. It's actually pretty wild. It drew me off.
Bro, because
I love BioWare.
I have one of my coworkers, right? He bought the game and he was like, literally, he was like, the beta was like damn near half of the game.
Yeah.
Like he said, like
That's
the
crazy.
game had no content at all whatsoever.
Yeah, it really didn't have any
It
content.
was like
there's
Destiny
nothing
1
to
but
do.
worse on vanilla.
They were saying Fallout 76 had more content than that.
Destiny 1 was ass.
Aesthetic, bro.
It got better.
That's the
Like, they keep
problem.
selling-
It had
That's
to
the
be
problem.
better.
That's the
Like-
thing.
Right.
How these games. Division 2 came out really good though, so I think Division 2 learned their lesson.
Yeah.
Division from Division 2 learned the
I
lesson.
didn't even bother with it.
It actually is really good.
I'm not
Like
picking it up.
if you get like a bunch of people, it's really well. But
My problem, like, bro, look,
I'm
I probably had like around shit. I don't even know. I want to say like around 40 something days, like total in Destiny, like in time. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, during those 40 days accumulated, I fucking dreaded it. The only reason why I played it so much was like because of my friends, but like I'm not gonna sit here and act like that shit wasn't like shit. Like it was fun. All right, the gameplay was cool, but like the content
was
wasn't there.
garbage.
Yeah,
There was nothing to
wasn't
do.
there. Like, bro, like half of the shit that they sold us like for the DLC was supposed to be in, you know, like House of Wolves, that was supposed to be in Destiny, in vanilla, like on launch.
oh,
And like I didn't like the fact that how we had to keep on playing the same for like a couple months straight.
is
Like it was
I
dumb.
might say something to make you angry.
Nintendo would
What?
never. do
So I bought the game like I think I pre-ordered it on the earliest one, and yeah, it was shit. So like I put it down years later. I picked it back up with my friends when it got better, and I got all the DLCs free,
Mm-hmm.
like every last one. So I don't know what happened to you, but I got all the DLC free. Everything was free, except for like the last one they did. And I think
I don't know. Some games in their DLCs making me mad. Like Final Fantasy, when I found out that like
Ooh.
pretty much you get every single DLC when a new DLC comes out, I was like, wow. So I just like wasted a good $50 on this DLC, and the next DLC came out a month later, and I still gotta pay the same amount. Like,
Yep. See,
But-
man. Also,
Uh.
I my problem with Final Fantasy DLC, I didn't like the fact how they tried to change like the way the story played out, right? Because like me included, like I didn't really like the way the game ended. It kind of left like a weird ass taste in my mouth. Pause. But I didn't like the fact how like they tried to like go back and rectify that by like giving like the little expansions. And I'm not gonna say the expansions were bad because they were all pretty dope, you know. But I just didn't I just wasn't messing with that. I feel like we should have it shouldn't have costed that much, right? Or it should have just been like free. Especially the story of Ignis, which is arguably the most important one out of all of them. But yeah, that's how I feel on that.
But
I don't
Yeah,
know.
man.
I want to push.
So we're gonna move on basically to.
Can I push my
shit! Wait,
games?
one last thing. Oh yeah, my
damn,
bad. Go ahead.
Dang.
My bad.
Go ahead.
So I'm the avid gamer in the group, and
Better not be no trash.
right now when I'm
I
really
game
playing,
more than you. Stop it.
bull crap.
Yeah,
So
for real. Chill all that.
I'm playing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is actually really good. Drove back to old time games. Judgment, which was an undercover. It was a sleeper. It came from the people that made Yakuza series. It's really good.
Mhm.
It got a really cool type of detective mode and stuff like that. It was actually pretty fun when I played it. And the last game I'm right now pushing is No Man's Sky, because it just came out with a new DLC, and people are saying they're loving it.
Are you? Oh wait, No Man's Sky.
They just came out with a new DLC, and people are loving it right now. So I'm gonna try that out and give back some more information later.
Did they?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if I download No Man's Sky again, play that new DLC, and it's just as trash as the game, I'm going to. I'm gonna find you.
No Man's Sky had been giving out some free DLC, and it actually made the game really great, really way better.
Is there multiplayer?
Yeah, it's been multiplayer. They added that already. They added so much multiplayer, stuff, new ships.
Man, they be out here happy because they added shit they should have been had anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, it was free, so I might as well. I booked the game, might as well play it. So, yeah. But those are 3 games I'm pushing right now.
Quick, though.
Also, I'm going to be pushing heavily Borderlands 3 because that's about to drop and about to be lit.
I was about to say that Borderlands 3 definitely. I mean, if you ain't played Borderlands, it's definitely best to play with multiple people. It's a multiplayer RPG
You got to.
shooter game. You know, I mean, you can play it solo. I've done several solo
That's
runs,
lonely.
but it's fun.
I got friends.
Playing it is lonely. It's very lonely. But I got friends too. Shut up. Anyway, but Borderlands 3 is going to be sick. I don't even know jack about what's going to be in the game. I just know that it's going to be much on a higher grand scale than 2 ever was, and 2 has been the series major hit so far.
Definitely compared to Borderlands 1.
So I'm gonna be pushing during this section a lot. Angry Joe, him and Boogie 2988 did a little quick playthrough of Borderlands 3. Check it out; it's really nice, and we'll link it in the description and all that. But yeah, pretty cool.
I got 2 games that I want to push. Both of these are coming up. One of them I can't even really remember the name of it, but it's a new Star Wars game.
I know, John.
And the demo
I know exactly what
exists.
you're talking about. That's a cop.
It's like a 15-minute demo, and literally, this is gonna be the greatest Star Wars game to ever. Ever exist.
Star Wars: The Fallen Order.
The Fallen that junk right there looks like it's going to be heat like that. It's too
Anything
smooth,
Star
and
Wars,
it
I'm
expands off of the feeling of Force Unleashed. Because Force Unleashed was a letdown because it was such a good game, but there wasn't enough of it. And this is gonna be just like a redeemer. And then the other game I want to push real quick was the new Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is coming out actually I think late 19 or early 2020. That is just going to be another refresher type game because I mean I haven't seen this much of a detailed RPG Dragon Ball game since the one that was on DS. I think it was called Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Sand.
I remember that. That was actually pretty lit.
That was lit. And now we got a 3D form of that, and it's also is looking very smooth. And I also like how they had the fighting style is in a field zone type of action, but the fighting itself is a lot like all the other games of the Dragon Ball series, like the Budokai Tenkaichi series or the Xenoverse series. If anyone's familiar with those fighting styles, it's still going to be really well. I'm curious to see how far the story is supposed to go though, because it makes it seem like it's only going to the Frieza saga.
I don't think so.
But if it does, they're either gonna release like a second one to go further, or they're gonna like do some type of DLC.
I feel
But
like
I think it's gonna
it
go
needs to.
further.
It needs to. I'm sorry, dude. There's way too much content, especially in the story of Goku. That they need to address. Like even up to Super. Like if they were to stop around, like I don't know, Resurrection or F. All right, that's cool. I don't see them going like any like past. I don't see them going past like the Frieza revival arc. I don't see them going past any of that.
Honestly, I would be satisfied if they stopped after the Kid Buu arc and we just got like a full branded Dragon Ball Z game and it just covered all of Z.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that makes me curious is that in the demo, there's one of the androids from the first Dragon Ball series. I think he's like Android 8. Yeah. You know, they have a Dragon Ball character in the game, so it makes me wonder like what bosses are we looking at? What kind of story are we definitely looking at? Because it's gonna branch off of Dragon Ball Z a lot. That looks like it's gonna be based, but it might leak both ways and go kind of back towards the past and also towards Super.
I feel like they're gonna briefly address Dragon Ball, but like it's gonna start like early Dragon Ball Z or like the end of Dragon Ball when during the tournament with when he was fighting Piccolo, not Demon King Piccolo, but regular Piccolo that we know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's going on with that. But yeah. Also speaking of Dragon Ball, I showed Shaun this other day. But I don't know if anybody's familiar with this. It's a fan project. Yeah, called ESF. Now, look, I'm gonna tell to all the Dragon Ball fans out there, bro. Look, mark my words, bro. I am telling you this. This is literally probably the best Dragon Ball game that we'll ever get in terms of combat. In terms of combat,
and looks.
definitely, and yeah, and looks,
and also just atmosphere.
Just everything.
Be out here talking about combat. We never played Black Desert.
Black Desert's pretty lit. I ain't gonna fraud, but continue.
No, Black Desert is lit, but yeah. So basically it's a fan project that's been in development since 2011, right? And the development's kind of been going slow because it's a small team and like they don't get paid for this, by the way, at all. They don't get paid for this. But yeah, so it's almost done basically. They only have like just like some coding left to do. But if I want to look that up, you feel me? Go on YouTube, type in ESF final or Earth Special, like ES and then Forces final, and then you can watch the trailer and the gameplay and all that. They have a Discord server. I think it's in their forums too. You can go on Google, just type in ESF Forces, you know, forums or whatever, and they'll have like the Discord link in that and all that. But hey, man, I'm telling y'all, when this drops, y'all gonna love it, dude. I'm telling you, like it's the Dragon Ball game that we've honestly have been deserving ever since Budokai Tenkaichi 3, you know. And plus, it's 100% free to play. All you have to do is have Half-Life 1 downloaded.
All right, everyone, everything we talked about is gonna be in the description on YouTube. So, and hopefully, I'm gonna try to put on the description on our stuff. So everything we talk about will be linked. And the correction to one thing we talked about: Demon Slayers has 20 episodes, not 17. So don't slander us.
Yeah, 20 episodes.
I had to make sure I didn't get that in.
19, 20. Yeah. Shit. But
what
the hell? Hello?
Right now? Yeah.
That was weird. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up, but so this is the part where we talk about our plans moving forward. We'll be, as you heard before, this is going on our YouTube channel, and we're gonna be doing YouTube from now on, pushing that type of content, gaming, skits, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Also, I just wanted to like clear this up to everybody. Quis and Don, we are all so cool. Like that wasn't no slander at the beginning of the podcast. We were just like letting y'all know, like that's why like y'all haven't heard their voices because like they're not really well, they're involved with the podcast, but like behind the scenes, like they don't have time, you know. But yeah, those are still the guys, you know. definitely go follow them. I think Don's @ is the Lucilfer on Twitter, and then Keys' @ is @ Keys the Almighty. Those are the bros. Go follow them. You know, yeah, man. But we're gonna try and pump these out a lot more. The only reason why we haven't been doing that as of lately is because everybody's been busy and a lot of shit's been going on, you know. But we're gonna go back to our consistent, you know, uploading schedule, which is probably like every 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure, something like
Once
that.
Diaz gets his computer, me, you, and Dave can finally.
Oh yeah, I meant to. Yeah, and my build is almost done, and it's a beast, my nigga.
Took you long enough. Shit.
Man, shut up, dude. But yeah, so I'm gonna be able to like help my bad, Day, with some of the like the editing process and stuff, and we'll be able to like pump this out a lot more. And yeah, that's really it. Anybody else got anything to say?
So you know, play Bleach Brave Souls, play Epic 7, play Hero Quest.
Definitely play Bleach Brave Souls.
Don't worry,
on that joint.
everyone.
Right, join.
Everything will be in a link in the description.
On Bleach Brave Souls.
Their guild name will be in the description.
All this, Rambo.
We ain't gonna mess nobody. Everything will be in the description. Everything will be out and open. We're starting YouTube, so follow and subscribe to us. Superior Minds, same thing. Different.
Oh
day.
yeah, I'm gonna also get my Tower of God content back up on my YouTube.
Yeah, facts. Oh shit! One more thing too. I also stream on Mixer and Twitch, twitch.tv/thatkiddeus and Mixer /thatkiddeus. I gotta get the links and shit set up, but yeah, streams be pumping out on that as well. Anybody else got any like things they want to plug real quick before we end this?
I'm gonna be streaming too. Not yet. I got my YouTube channel, 2fly LOL. Everything in the description. I ain't got no videos up, but it will be up soon. But yeah. Hey,
Shaun.
Anyway. Shaun?
Go follow my Instagram. You know, Shaun C as in letter Chris. Letter C Warrior, and then follow me on Snapchat, homie_Shaun. I keep it simple. You know, I just push out my art, push out my music.
Facts.
Support a nigga.
Hito?
Support that man, Carlton.
Yeah. Y'all just follow me on Twitter, XXXGHero. Show me some love. I'm trying to get my clout up.
But yeah, man.
You gotta stop pushing.
Follow him at Hero the Cloud Chaser.
I'm on the road to 1K, bro.
Hey, how was all get though?
Bro, we gonna help you. We gonna help you.
But anyway, this was the new Superior Minds. Hopefully y'all like it. If you don't, we don't really give a fuck.
Right?
On
Because
God,
who asked
we
you
gonna
your
catch your ass
opinion
on the
anyway?
flip side.
On God, we don't give a fuck.
But thank you for listening and thank you for watching.
Facts,
See you next
Hey,
time.
wait, before we end this, shit, yo, y'all niggas ever seen a pig walking a dog down the street before?
All right, goodbye, everybody.
And we out.
We out, bro.
All right, that was a good podcast. We got some shit to
That
work
was
on.
good. That was good.
That was good. Yeah.
That was good.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.